the beats, man. Like, I did that series called Hip Hop Weekly, the first one, and I had Big Brother instrumental, and I had Can't Tell Me Nothing instrumental. And let me tell you, like, you could just creatively, you could just float on them beats. Them beats is gonna bring it out of you instead of you trying to force something. The beats is gonna bring it out of you.
I love those kind of beats.
I love those
Yeah,
kind of
dog.
I almost demand
verses
those kind
get
of
done
beats.
in like
these
no
days.
time, no time
Yeah.
You know what I'm
with
saying?
them.
And that Big Brother, like you said, how he breaking down his ascension in the Rockefeller pecking order.
Right.
Today we're gonna touch on Kanye West's graduation.
Man.
That was a time. If you were around when Kanye West was dropping graduation, it was extremely lit in the hip hop industry at that time.
Yep. What year was that?
07. And he had a, I want to say, I think 50 actually was a fan too, but I think 50 also felt like, I'm the nigga right now.
Right.
At the time. You know what I'm saying? And I ain't even mad at it because he came out and he proved that he was the nigga.
Yeah.
But when he challenged Kanye West with this graduation album against Curtis, now mind you, I have both of these albums
Got you.
on repeat. Hot singles on both of them. But why do you feel, I just want to ask, because I kind of want to know what y'all thoughts on this though. Why do you feel like the graduation album outdid the Curtis album
On the charts.
on the charts?
I feel like, me personally, I feel like graduation is almost all singles. Almost every song can be or was a successful single. Like, it feel like he made 100 songs and picked the best ones.
On the real,
You know what I'm saying?
bro.
So the music was there. Let's get to that part.
Right.
And then I feel like the game was shifting a little. I felt like it was a space for somebody that was, Kanye was creating a space. Let's put it that way. He was creating a space where the college student, the college dropout, the college goer had something to say in hip hop. We heard from the streets since its inception.
Right.
Yes,
Right.
yes.
There were a few college-educated rappers, but a lot of times the public didn't know that. They didn't know that, such and such did this, such and such graduated here, such and such graduated there.
And that wasn't nothing that they really shine light on.
They didn't shine a light. They didn't shine a light on that. It's a few that did,
Because I believe
remember
EPMD
DMC?
went to college too.
Yeah, I think
Right.
so. And remember when DMC, I went to J University.
T.
And after 12th grade,
Acquired knowledge.
Oh, yeah, after 12th grade, I
I
went
was straight to college.
Yeah.
And then I think it was UTFO had the educated rapper in it.
Right. He was.
You know what
He
I'm
was.
saying? The
Yeah.
educated rapper. So this is some history for y'all. But the street rapper, once it far outweighed any other archetype, prototype of a rapper, I would say. You know what I'm saying?
Right.
Yeah.
So Kanye was creating this shift in this movement to where you could be a cool rapper and not be super dope dealer, gangster, criminal.
Right.
and still be cool.
Yeah.
And once
Agreed.
he was carving that path out, he had a lot of momentum.
Yeah.
And I don't know if everybody was paying attention on, you know what I'm saying, that, you know, this is what he was doing. So once it came time to do it, it was like, all right, you're gonna go against these two guys.
Yeah, it was a playful beef. It wasn't serious. But it was I thought it was dope marketing.
I thought it was
That
good marketing
was crazy.
for both. And I said, I listened to the singles, and both singles were about money.
Definitely.
I get money.
Money.
I get money.
Money.
And then when I heard Kanye, because when I heard the 50 single, I was like, ooh, this single nasty.
Yeah.
I run New York. You know what
Yeah,
I'm saying?
yeah,
It was like,
yeah.
oh,
It was
shit.
it was like, oh shit.
And then I heard Kanye, and I had to take a seat because he said something that I could relate to even more. Wait till I get my money right.
Yeah.
And I was like,
yeah.
that might resonate more with
Oh.
Yeah.
And that beat?
Yeah.
Man.
Oh my God.
Yeah.
And them Jeezy ad-libs at the end.
That's crazy how he just took his ad libs and just boom like that.
What he said, I had a dream. I went to heaven. Something, I woke up and spent it on the necklace. I said, this dude, his flamboyance and ego, it just ripped out of the speakers. You know what I'm saying? It was like, and the schemes that he was using and setting up, it was like, man, this guy, it seemed like he had been sitting up waiting on his time, and he had took a little part out of each day to perfect his craft. You know, sort of like you did when you was like, you know, all the time standing in your notebook just waiting, and Crook would say, you got something for this? And you say, oh, I got a whole lot of something for this. You know what I mean? That's how it seemed like. And like you say, I could easily see him probably doing maybe like 35, 45 songs for this project.
Yeah.
And keeping the very best ones.
Very best ones.
Yeah.
It was back to back slappers.
It was.
Yeah.
It was.
From the beginning. Good morning.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah.
You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Like, oh.
Good morning. Yeah. How you start your day off. He had something for every mood of the day. It's morning time, the evening time, the daytime, like the afternoon, like the whole vibe was all day. You could just listen to that whole album. And it was an album that he could have dropped every single on the same day.
Yeah.
I've never heard an album like that. Like, usually the vibe is like the same, so you don't want to drop this album. You don't want to drop this single. You want to wait and let this single ride out. But the way that album, the way the work was done on that, it was like every song he could have just dropped on the same day.
Did he produce every song too?
I don't know, man. I think so.
Because that would be phenomenal. Now that would be utterly phenomenal.
I tell you, because let me say, man, those beats, if somebody gave me all those beats in 2007 and said, pick the ones you want, I would have picked them all.
Wow. That's large.
True.
I would have picked them all. I was like, what you mean? You just gave me an album.
Yeah. Yeah.
Like,
yeah.
I'm talking about when you get to the details of the kick drums on Good Morning, and just he was so into the samples, the loops, the chops, like everything was just like
He's a sample master.
master.
Yeah.
Master.
He's definitely a sample master. And no matter what your take is on him as an individual, outside of music, musically, you cannot deny he is a very bad man.
Yes, and I'm glad you said that because, you know, they're going to be in the comments like, y'all y'all doing Kanye? Come on, man.
Yes, we are.
He's canceled, you know, and things like that.
Cancel these.
Don't cancel these.
And that's what I'm saying. Like, you know, sometimes people ask, can you separate the music from the person? Can you separate those two? You know, and I'm gonna tell you, people say if somebody tells you who they are, believe them, right?
True.
And I'm a firm believer in that, except when it comes to the music and entertainment business, because you might not never get the real person.
Oh, wow. Talk about
You
that
ain't
part.
lying.
You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, talk about that part.
Heard no lies, preach.
Yeah, everything could be a publicity stunt. Everything could be a strategy. Everything could be a marketing plan. Everything could be something that a publicist came up with over coffee.
And he does.
Oh, wow.
And boy, he does know how to take advantage of media awareness.
Yeah.
His who's ever in his ear or on his team, if it is anybody, because, you know, he may have 2 or 3 different personalities the way he acts.
Right.
You know, but
we ain't gonna show no shots at the
it's not a shot at all. It's just it's not a shot at all. It's just that when Kanye comes up on your screen, you don't know what you're gonna get right then.
That's true.
You know what I mean? So that's where I'm speaking on it from. You know what I mean? I don't care what he does in his personal life or who he does it with. When that man goes into the studio to make music, he is an artist extraordinaire, and he's a maestro in production.
Definitely.
Absolutely.
And I just want to confirm, he produced almost every song on this album.
Oh my goodness.
Except
The Toomp.
Big
DJ
Brother,
Toomp.
Toomp did Big Brother, and
Money.
Champion.
Big Brother's the cut.
Champion, Brian All Day Miller West. Oh, wait, nah, he did do that. So, yeah, he
What's
did.
the name? Wait till I get my money right. Was a Toomp collab too.
Yeah, it was a collab. All the rest was a collab.
Yeah.
It's only one that Toomp did alone, but everything
Cause
else.
Toomp had that record for Jeezy first.
So
And
that makes sense.
That's why Jeezy's ad-libs is still on.
But y'all gonna
okay.
go crazy over this though. Mike Dean can produce Stronger.
That
What?
sounds about right.
Yes. Fuck me up. I couldn't believe that. I'm like,
Yeah.
You know
That's
that.
not
Don't kill me, just gonna make me stronger. Yeah.
What?
That's how long I've been known you.
yeah.
Since OJ had isotoners.
Owners.
Since Prince had Apollonia.
Now that's how long I've been on you.
Yeah.
Nah,
That
but
is amazing.
That's a phenomenal
That's
feat.
a phenomenal. I did not know that.
And that's another reason why, you know, like I say, I don't agree with everything he say, and I'm just going on the record for me and my brand and what I represent. It's a lot of things that I disagree with what the man said, but who do I agree with 100% in this world anyway?
Wow.
You feel me? So
Yeah.
Right now we discussing his music and we discussing this album, and this album came before a lot of the other stuff happened anyway.
It
and
did.
this particular moment, this man made a masterpiece.
Thank you for saying
Yes.
that. A
Yes.
masterpiece, not just a classic, a masterpiece.
A masterpiece, bro.
Because when you have an album, let me tell you something about hip hop. You can have an album that dominates the streets. You can have an album that dominates the club. You can have an album that dominates the radio. But when you have an album that reaches every niche and every nook and cranny of hip, look, the hardest dudes bang Kanye West.
Yeah.
The most anorexic supermodels probably bang Kanye West because he identifies with with the whole scope of being hip hop.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? It's just like he's a fly dude, he's a brash dude, he's egotistical. Where hip hop basically came from being,
Right.
you know.
Without that, you have no artist.
And his attention to lyricism is what impresses me the most. And then his ability to provide a soundscape that's so dope that it entrances pop. It entrances hardcore hip hop. You know, that's a feat within itself to be able to have that broad of reach as an artist on one project. You know, because if you was in the streets, you know, like I say, I was down at the time. I was down, but I knew what was out there that was knocking. I know every hustler, everyone who intended to ascend to a place in their life where they consider themselves balling. Wait till I get my money right. Man. Y'all can't tell me nothing. I mean, that was like the lifeblood of flowing through the brain of somebody that was pursuing it.
Yeah.
The bars on that song.
Man,
It was every line.
Look.
It was an every liner on that song, like alone.
And
he
then,
really went in mentally, lyrically on this whole album.
And then when you go from that to Stronger is playing in all the top clubs.
I got
and,
the UK vibe from Stronger.
In the UK and Hollywood and Tokyo and wherever they party hard at, wherever they party hard at, you could believe when that song comes on.
Oh man.
Oh my God, man!
Don't kill me. It only makes me stronger.
And having his finger on that pulse is why I believe that he's one of the few producers that could take lyrical miracle lyricists. You feel me?
Right.
He could take the most underground, rawest lyrical miracle dude and give him a hit that the mainstream will embrace. He can do that. It's not a lot of producers who can do that.
Pharrell comes to mind when you say
know
that.
What I'm saying? It's like a handful that could do that. Some
Right.
producers, they got to be dealing with somebody that who already is a hit maker, so to speak. You know what I'm saying?
Gotcha.
Already,
and they can complement what he does.
What they doing, or somebody who is aiming for records, like we always talk about. You know, some producers can do, but it takes a real cold ass producer to go into the battle rap world or something and say, "Yo, I could make that kid a star."
Factory.
You know what I'm saying?
Facts.
So he and it's because of all the points that you hit. He is in tune with the club, the radio, the streets, you know what I mean?
Yeah.
So he know, if I put this and that and this under him, then he'll be able to get out of here.
Right.
You know what I'm saying?
Man.
Right.
So,
right. His roster at Good was ridiculous.
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
Yes, Good music roster is ridiculous.
He handpicked everybody, and all of them super talented.
Yeah.
Seriously, I think
'Cause
everybody showed up.
Big Sean started to drop some monster verses over the years.
Yeah.
See,
yeah,
this
Big
is
Sean's
what people
nuts.
don't. Now, I could have been wrong, or maybe it wasn't true, but that's who Drake kind of got his style from in the beginning, from Big Sean, right?
That's what you heard.
You can hear it.
That's what I heard. I heard that.
When you listen to Drake.
I heard that. Yeah, I heard. But Drake also gave him his props, though. See, so it's a difference. That's why I fuck with Drake too.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying?
Some people say it was Fonte from Lil Brother, the group Lil Brother that
It
Drake,
could be.
You know what I'm saying?
It very well could be because I heard of them in their
Well, you
type.
know what it is though, Yak? It's like we always say. Whoever influenced you is gonna make up your recipe.
Exactly.
You know what I'm saying?
That's why I was giving Big Sean his props, because Big Sean, I think, is underrated lyrically.
Absolutely.
I do think he's underrated. He be saying some shit. It'll
saying-
go
he
over your
does.
head. And you have
He
to,
does.
Oh, he said that.
Yeah, he be saying
He,
some
he did say that.
Yeah.
Yeah, Big Sean be saying some
Big
shit.
Sean comes through lyrically. I think everybody on Good Music was like super talented.
Man.
Was her Tiana Taylor,
Yep. She's super talented.
Pusha T,
Push a ton. My
lyrical,
guy Push a ton, boy.
man,
Yeah.
bars.
You know what I'm saying?
boy.
All
He
day.
talking about them green face rollies, man.
You
That's
know
them
what I mean?
Daytonas, boy.
You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Oh yeah. So I mean, everybody. I mean, even
The angel cries 2
Chainz.
tears.
We ain't gonna forget 2 Chainz.
Can't
You know what I'm
forget
saying?
2
Can't forget 2
Listen,
Chainz.
But on this project, you got to give props to the Lil Weezy on that Barry Bonds joint. Oh my gosh.
Here's another
Lil
hit.
Wayne never disappoints though.
Everybody.
Yeah, Lil Wayne never disappoints on his features ever.
Nah, he don't.
I have
But
yet
but
to
let me tell you,
hear a
on this one though,
Lil Wayne
Yeah, he was
verse.
having a field day.
on
Man.
on them 2 verses Kanye kicked on
They
there.
complimented each other hard. See, that's what I mean.
He didn't. Lil Weezy usually come through and he gonna park you if you ain't on your job. He
Yeah.
might park you. I had you like scrambling to keep up. Shh, Kanye was in his element on this.
And see, that's what I mean.
Yeah.
He could go from the UK to Lil Wayne. Let's go.
Yeah,
Like,
yeah.
masterpiece,
Did not get
man.
outshadowed or outclassed, and they did their thing. That's one of my favorite songs on the joint. That and Big Brother.
Big Brother
Big
was
Brother
so hard.
Big Brother was so hard. We talked about Big Brother because at the time it was like, oh, he's talking about Jay-Z. You know, everybody was like, oh, he's in his feelings, whatever the case may be. But we got to get some insight on what was going on a little bit. That's what we felt anyway. We were young trying to figure it out. But you know, that was a real deep one.
Yeah, and that beat. See, that's what I'm saying. Like the beats, man. Like I did that series called Hip Hop Weekly, the first one, and I had Big Brother instrumental, and I had Can't Tell Me Nothing instrumental. And let me tell you, like you could just creatively, you could just float on them beats. Them beats is gonna bring it out of you instead of you trying to force something. The beats is gonna bring it out of you.
I love those kind of beats.
I love those
Yeah,
kind of
dog.
I almost demand
verses
those kind
get
of beats.
done in like
These
no
days.
time, no
Yeah.
time
You know what I'm
with
saying?
them.
And that Big Brother, like you said, how he breaking down his ascension in the Rockefeller pecking order.
Right. Very respectful.
Yeah, he
very,
did it
very respectful, totally heartfelt. You could hear the honesty in the bars, even when, you know, he goes on to mention how, you know, he told somebody about the situation when he should have told Jay, and he should have known it was going to get back to him. So I apologize for that in so many words, like, you know, and it was just like, he just bared his soul on that and kept it all the way 100 and clean and respectful and I was very, but all of them don't hit.
Yeah.
All of them don't hit. All the tribute records don't hit
Well,
like that.
not tribute records. When you get right here with the record, those it seem to never fail.
Okay.
Like,
Yeah.
I noticed that. Like, I don't care if you sing or rap. When you go here with it, it's like that shit resonates with a lot of people because now you and your emotions, it's a lot of people that feel the same way or been through it. You know what I mean?
And then, like you say, you're enlightening somebody to a situation.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying, that was
They were curious about.
unknown. And it's like, oh, that happened? Oh, that's how that took place? Okay. And then for you to keep it respectable all the way through, but confess your shortcomings and bad decisions at the same time and what you might have misjudged, you know, it put him on a whole nother plateau as an artist to me. To be able to go in on 3 verses and tell your business without really telling your business to shame nobody
That's
like
real.
that,
Yeah, that's how you felt.
or cast aspersions or blame on nobody else, but just, you know, it to me, I took that song as like, I probably can't get the time to sit down with my brother like this and really express this to him without being cut off, without being, shifted to the side or nothing like that. So let me just make this song and hope that he really hears it. And when he hears it, he'll understand exactly where I was and what I was going through mentally during this time when we wasn't seeing eye to eye, when we separated in understanding.
And you know what? What I gather from what you just said, two things, man. One, Kanye and Toomp make magic together. Kanye and DJ Toomp is a deadly combination.
Yeah.
Because Big Brother and Wait Till You Can't Tell Me Nothing is crazy.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
And they probably need to do some more stuff. But and another thing you said is 3 verses. That was the 3-verse era.
Verse era. It
Yes.
sure
You know what I'm saying?
was.
Yes.
My goodness, it used to be 4 before that.
Yeah.
Well,
It
it
was
could be
4,
4.
no,
it could be 4 or 5. It depending on
might
who
been
it was.
5, but
No.
I heard plenty of 4 verses from Rakim.
Oh,
was
no
like,
doubt.
I thought
Because
the song
Rakim
was
wanted
over.
to
Look,
let you know.
I thought the song was over. Here he come again.
No, he wanted to let you know. Yeah.
I'm like, it's another verse? Oh, shit, okay.
Yeah,
Let me
yeah.
see. He still got the same sting? The nigga still got the same sting.
Man, what?
Okay.
What?
Man.
This hour of D Yak and Crook was brought to you by Lil Belize Restaurant at 217 East Nutwood Street in Inglewood, California. Make sure y'all check it out for the best eats in town.
For a taste of Caribbean cuisine, visit Little Belize Restaurant located at 217 Nutwood Street in Inglewood, California. Enjoy appetizers, breakfast, lunch, and dinner. Serve our delicious food at your next party or event. Our catering menu is perfect for weddings, picnic, holiday parties, or company banquets. Give us a call at 310-674-0696.
It was 4 before that. That was the 3-verse era. Like, a 3-verse
The rhyme is
alone.
rugged at the same time sharp. I could swing off anything, even the string of a harp.
Man.
Yeah, that was his 4th or 5th verse.
Man, for
Now
real.
they do 1 verse, and you be lucky to get 2.
Repeat the hook, start the hook, repeat the hook.
Hook and out. But I'm not mad.
This
see,
ADD.
because-
It's ADD.
Yeah, but what it does though, it's also triggers you to play it again.
Well, I'm gonna tell
So
you
there goes another spin.
that what was that blackout,
Yeah.
red and meth.
Microphone check.
Yeah. That came and went off so fast. You had to go back and push play
hot
on
for
them to
TV
get
for sheezy.
easy. Niggas want to be hard, be easy. Yeah. So
Definitely.
that when you go in and out like that, and you got a rocker like that, yeah, you gonna have to go back and get some replay on it.
But I'm letting everybody know, my next solo, don't be surprised if you get 7-minute songs, 8-minute songs, because I'm out of the giving a fuck era. You know
There
what
you
I'm saying?
go. There you
I'm
go.
not even in that era, so when it's like, hey man, do it like this, do it like that. I
No.
don't give a fuck.
Yeah,
I'm going
real
in there,
talk.
and this, I don't care. I might let a nigga have a guitar solo for 3 minutes. So, but anyway,
Ernie Osley, where you at?
back to the. Yeah, man.
Back to the graduation.
One of the dopest albums, definitely in
Yeah.
hip hop. Period.
Yeah,
In-
and I
in
do have to
hip-hop.
applaud that he produced or co-produced 95 to
And we
100%
still
of
ain't
this
talked about flashing lies.
That's my song.
That now-
hey, that gave me that
There's
UK
another UK.
feeling,
There you
boy.
I was about to say that.
I was on my
That's
British. I was
ano-
feeling real British.
Man.
Yeah, I was feeling real British
It
with
just
that pop dog.
the sound of it is like you could see yourself in the club with the top fashion designers and
Dubai
the
or something,
the biggest
like,
models and the movers and shakers.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? It
Like,
his
can you
music
Dubai
gives
this?
you that
Can
feel.
you Dubai that? No.
Yeah, his music gives you that feel.
It gives you. It definitely
Not
gives
does.
you. You
Yeah.
know what? I wish I was in the room with Dr. Dre when he heard the drums on that one.
Oh, I know. On
Flashing
flashing lights. Ooh, he probably almost passed
You know,
out.
that felt like prime Dre, the drum pattern and the kicking and the snare that sound like
Dre co-produced that?
West and Eric Hudson, baby.
But I would like to have been in the room to see his reaction to that record the first time he ever heard it.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? If I could have been a fly on the wall. 'Cause when I heard that, matter of fact, I'm going to ask him, man, what you think about that record? Because I just hear his influence in the drums. You know what I'm saying? I really hear his influence. But
And you can do that too in certain production and even in certain bars that you hear. You can hear how somebody like pattern they shit a certain way, and you can get inferences of another artist or another producer. Like, hold on, that sound like like as a matter of fact, when I heard what tune was that? When I heard the funky worm on that on the nip joint on the victory lap,
Hustle.
Hustle, and I had to ask Yak. I was like Yak. I was like, I know this is funky worm Ohio players, but I heard this in hip hop before. She's like, that's jump. Crisscross to make it jump. And I was like, and you can hear like where different influences came from in different artists or different producers, like production or lyricism, and you can be like, oh, that gives me this kind of vibe. Or damn, I know he, like you say about Dre, like I know Dre had to go crazy when he heard the flashing lights drums.
man, them drums are so cold.
And how he laid that hook. He be in his element, man. I don't know where that man goes when he creates music, but he be on his own tip.
Man, he be on
Completely.
That's my song, man. I don't care. That come on, it's up.
Yeah.
Believe it's up, boo.
that right there.
Yeah, I wonder.
And I wonder, like, this is my. Like, it's like, oh man, this dude, like,
He went in his bag
it's
for real.
like he's picking classic, samples and vocal pieces to put on the beat. Because the beat I wonder, it's gonna be dope without that. But putting that and I wonder, that sets it off. It takes it to a whole nother level.
Yeah.
So it's like
He knows those right little pieces to add.
he knows those, and like you said, the hip hop element of it all, I think, is what's super resonating with us.
Yes.
The samples
Bars
are
is
there.
important.
The bars is there.
Yeah.
Yes.
Every now and then you hear a DJ cutting in this album.
DJ
Right.
Premier.
You know what I'm saying? So you get in all these elements of hip hop, and it's going number one, and that's what I really love. I love when you can use all the elements of hip hop and still go number one on the charts. Like that's what
make a classic.
Those are the projects I love.
Yeah, those stamp the culture even deeper.
Oh man, I got another one for us on the next time. Since those are the ones y'all love, I got a good one. Out there.
Y'all better stay tuned. It
continues.
It continues, boo boo.
Marathon continues.
You better believe it. And we about to graduate.
That's real. Flashing lights.
Good life. We ain't speak on the good life.
Now look.
Oh man.
Now T-Pain. This brother T-Pain.
Come on, man. What we gonna get out of here without giving T?
Everything he touches turns to gold and beyond. T-Pain is underrated. Even though he's Love his personality. He's a clown.
It's two people
He's
that
like
occupy
so
that
cool.
rare air. Him and Nate Dogg.
Definitely.
They were go-to hook
Definitely.
masters in their heyday.
For sure.
Definitely.
And you can't not give
T-Pain's
T-Pain
underrated.
his props.
I think he doesn't get
and
enough
that beat on there too. That
props.
And Michael Jackson?
what?
Yeah. Yeah. Good life. Now that's that fun music on the beach. You know what I'm saying? Whatever your vibe is. On the boat, yacht, chilling. That was good life. That's the vibes I got from Good Life. See, he took you everywhere on this album. If you could go from that, everything bright, fun, and sunny to can't tell me nothing, like this dude.
He's going
he
crazy.
was going crazy.
Yeah, he was.
Even when he did Everything I'm Not Makes Me Everything I Am. Yo, when I heard that beat, and he said, he come in, he said, Common passed on this jam. It is like, you know what I'm saying? And he started rapping about how, you know, he is not like these other rappers, and so to speak. Mm-hmm. But that's what makes him who he is.
Yes.
You know what I'm saying?
Yes.
Mm-hmm. And the beat was so classic. It was a masterpiece of a boom bapper. If you gonna get you a boom bap beat,
Yeah.
you know what I'm saying?
That was all
what
West,
that's
too.
what you need to go look at. You need to go look at them type of records. That type of record, you know, Illmatic, Memory Lane. Now let me take you down memory lane, boo.
Let me take you back down memory
Memory
lane.
Like if
Yeah.
you gonna get the real, like that's in that category. You know what I'm saying? So it's like, yo, this man, throughout the whole album, he just kept going. He got on Glory. He started stunting. And let me tell you, we can't get out here without talking about Homecoming either, though.
Not at all.
Not at all.
Not at all.
Did I tell you about the fun? But that's stadium music.
It is.
That's
It is.
rock a stadium music.
And
Yeah,
I
it is.
actually didn't know how big that joint was, and I was getting the bar of it, and Yak was like, I forgot about Homecoming. That was the joint out here. That was the, and I'm like, yeah, it wasn't something that, you know, that you would hear banging over the tier. You know what I mean? Where I was at, you know what I mean? Because his, like I say, his sonic approach to music, it changed the game at that time.
Yes.
You know what I mean? So it went from, you know, the standard kicks and drums and snares that you was used to like the samples and the big, you know, violins and, you know, you
Soulful.
Yeah. So it like shifted hip hop
Yeah.
at that time because, like you said, it you didn't have to be hard then, or you didn't have to be the big drug dealer then, you know, because he was talking fashion. He talking money. He talking bars.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? He's talking life and his approach and awareness and all this. So you kind of like had to step your game up as far as your understanding of hip hop,
Right.
To embrace and absorb Kanye West when he dropped this project.
Absolutely. I mean, like you said, fashion is a big part of hip hop. Always has been, always will be. You know what I mean? Before even Dapper Dan, and you know what I mean. Like fashion is part of what drives the culture.
Yeah.
And you know, he was drippy on that album. Every fashion brand he was naming was just swag 1 million.
Yeah,
Vuitton
yeah.
Don.
Yeah.
What? The
Yeah.
Louis Vuitton Don.
Yeah.
We not gonna play.
He was not playing. And then he said, "Well, wait a minute. Just because I'm doing a designer, that don't mean I'm not no polo head. I'm not no low head. I still got the polo."
Right.
rocking, you know
Yeah,
what I'm saying? Like,
yeah.
It was really a time, and I think it's very smart to incorporate fashion into. If you're gonna roll out an album and you think this album is classic, I want you and your team to think about how does fashion fit into the story of your album release.
That's
And
great
I want
advice.
You to really pay attention to that portion, because that, like when Run DMC dropped, I wanted a pair of Adidas shell toe Adidas. You see what I'm saying? And that's because that's what they was wearing. You feel me?
Yep.
So, when L came out, I told my moms, hey, go buy me a Kango. You know what I'm saying? So
I had a couple of those.
You feel me? So fashion has played such a big part, but it also helps people connect with you even on a higher level, your fan base, because now they could pick up a hat, they could pick up something that you're wearing, and they could say, yo, they could feel good when they listening to your music, like they right there with you. You know what I'm saying?
And it further stamps the time what you're in, because certain brands are popping at certain times.
Exactly.
And it also denotes the particular time that you're living in when you name drop these particular brands that's considered as fly and fashionable among the hip hop elite.
Yes. And you giving out game, because it's like, Jay understood that power and took it a step further and started to make his own clothing, because he's like, oh, wait a minute, everybody is wearing the brands that I'm shouting out.
Shout out to
Like
Sean John. Shout out to Fat Farm as well.
Yeah, they did that whole explosion of urban hip hop clothing lines was just a great time to be alive.
Cross
It
colors.
was.
You know what I'm saying?
It was.
But I feel like Jay, once he peeped that, he said, these ain't diesel, these is a Visu. And all of a sudden, the Visu stock went up. It's like, oh, it's time for me to make my own shit.
Yes.
You know what I'm
Yes.
saying?
Yes.
And, we got a lot of legends who made a lot of brands popular and didn't get a dime. You know what I'm saying? And made the brand sizzle in the streets.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, yeah. Remember how Hennessy?
Oh, my God.
Oh, no, we're good. We don't need...
And then they got
Like-
Nas in
And
the
they had to
commercial.
go back and double back. and
No,
get
they had to
Nas.
double back because we all start drinking, Ciroc. We all start drinking Patron. We all start drinking other stuff. Like, other stuff, it started to pop. We all start drinking other things. So it's like we get people on Dom, people on other things. So they was like, oh, we're not talking about Hennessy no more. Well, we're not really on hard brown liquor like that.
Yeah, that's
We
the
just
whole
not.
thing. That's the power of hip hop.
And-
Hip hop culture has power to move brands to another
Sure
level.
does.
You know what I'm saying?
Facts.
And it's just dope. And Kanye said, "Hey man, I'm gonna go to that runway then." My big bro, he went ahead and got his own clothing line and did his thing, and 1 million, 2 million, 3 million, 4, add that 80 million more. Add that number to the one I said before. He letting you know.
You
I'm
got
getting-
one smart boy.
Yeah, one smart boy,
Yeah.
So, and then Kanye's like, all right, I'm going to go to the runway, because he's an artsy kind of dude like that, and he was already drippy like that. And he had friends around him. If you was in the fashion world, you could recognize his entourage. A lot of people didn't know who them people was around him, because they wasn't recognizable by the average hip-hop fan. They just thought that was his homies. But he was hanging around people that was icons in their own right.
He was.
When it came to this fashion
was,
shit.
bro.
Like Virgil. Rest in peace,
Rest in
Virgil.
peace.
You know what I'm saying? So he took it there, and I think he did his his internship at Louis Vuitton for like some time, and he learned the game. He soaked it up. He hung around those kind of people, and he hung in those spaces, and he came out and he killed the game. Man, this man dropped a tennis shoe that 1 year sold more than Jordans.
Virgil got a pattern on my wrist going
Was
nuts.
it about 1,600 when
Like them Yeezys, I think one of those years it was recorded that it sold more than Jordans, and
Sure did.
what kind of motherfucking feat
Sure
that
did.
is.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying?
Yeah. Pun intended.
Yeah, exactly. You feel me?
Comfy cozy.
Yeah, them motherfucking Yeezys went crazy. So it's like, he's definitely a visionary. He's definitely a producer that, will change the room when he walks into it. He hears things, he sees things a certain way. Graduation was the perfect album to drop at that time. And I feel like he paved the way for rappers like J. Cole. You know what I'm saying?
Yes.
He paved the way for rappers to be able to say, hey, I'm not a criminal and a killer and a shooter, but I'm still cool and I'm hip hop. You know what I'm saying? I think he helped that road, that he helped trailblaze that actually. And, this album, man, I didn't think nobody could beat 50 Cent on the charts at this time at first. I was
Yeah,
like,
he was blazing.
Ah,
He was
like,
blazing.
We definitely got to get into that
blazing.
album too when we revisit the Curtis album. It was dope. I mean, like, you know, that playful marketing too. That was one of the best marketing rollouts I ever seen. Cause I was like, wait a minute, this not gonna go well for you, 50, cause it's looking like you bullying the college kid. It's just,
right.
you know what I'm saying? It's just like he's a college kid and you the dude from, you know, Jamaica, Queens that done been shot. Like this, I don't know about this.
Who would you
know,
guys
but
place ahead of him as a producer artist?
a producer, artist that rap? Oh man.
I don't know, man. I mean, DJ Quick is up there. DJ Quick knows how to rap, and he makes some beats, man, and some classics.
He does. He belongs in that conversation.
I was gonna say for real. But I mean, I don't know. how
Lyrical
everybody-
content.
Yeah, Pharrell does
Pharrell
both.
would be
He
probably in
does
third
all
place
of
in that with me because I would put Kanye at the head of the class. And DJ Quick, yeah, he would definitely be in the conversation. He'd probably be second, and then Pharrell would probably come in third. Just thinking like because when you can make music for yourself that dope, and then make music for a plethora of other artists, that's just so dope. And then you can get on the mic, and then you can stand next to Jay-Z and Lil Wayne, and come on, man.
Pharrell would have
It's-
to be pushed up there. Because you're talking about a plethora of people.
Well, okay,
broke a lot
the
of
tracks.
I fuck with Pharrell music, but I don't look at him as when it comes to we talk about getting on the mic. I don't even look in his
Not
direction.
at all. Not at all.
Well, I don't really, I guess.
Not on the Kanye. Not on the yeah.
Kanye, yeah. I can rock with that.
Mona Lisa, you know you can't roam without Caesar.
I'm not
What?
I'm not
What
knocking
is
Kanye.
this?
Kanye's definitely in that one.
Do Pharrell do we got a solo album that he rapping on?
Have to look into
I don't
that.
think he got. I don't even think he got.
He got
No, the Nerd album
catalog.
probably.
Yeah, probably
Yeah.
Nerd album.
But it's
And
like-
he's dope. I'm not taking nothing away from Pharrell.
Pharrell's
Pharrell's
another
super
genius.
dope.
Well, you gotta
Yeah.
understand.
Pharrell is
So
another
he's
genius.
another genius. To me, I think he helped Nori go mainstream. That's just me.
Yeah,
Okay.
Because to me, I thought
Yeah,
Nori and Capone and Noriega, they was like street rappers. They was like what I'm saying.
Right.
They wasn't mainstream rappers. They was real raw with it. You know
Right.
what I mean? But I think when that marriage took place, when him and Pharrell made music, it took Nori to a whole nother
What
level.
album
And it
Pharrell?
wasn't
What
that-
album Pharrell got that you could place next to Graduation?
I'm not saying he got an album. Now, what catalog he got? It's a lot, but yeah.
Yeah, I
album,
mean, just
probably
somebody
not.
that can make that
Catalog,
caliber.
the catalog
somebody
probably be a
that can,
problem.
somebody with the caliber of production as Kanye that can deliver the bars with the swag that he does, with the depth of lyricism that he does, with the ability to hit the club, to hit the streets. You know what I'm saying? To dominate the radio.
It would be
It's-
J. Cole probably would be in that conversation.
Yeah, because
I would have to say Kanye, J. Cole.
You know,
and
then we gotta be careful because we don't always know who wrote what.
True that.
That's true.
True
So
that.
we gotta be careful with the conversation.
That's true too.
So but I
seen-
will say this though, my mind was blown when Rakim told me he produced 80% of his music. Rakim produced 80% of his own music.
Didn't know
So where
that.
did Eric B fit in?
Rakim produced 80% of his own. So 20%, I don't know. Rakim said he produced about. I asked him, how much of your music did you produce? He said 80%.
Wow.
Now imagine Rakim produced. All right, let's say he did half of it. That's one of the greatest lyricists of all time, jumping on his own beat.
That part.
And you know, that like you said,
That
research is
true.
required.
Research is required.
Research is required.
Yeah, I mean that can't.
As it stands and as what's known.
But J. Cole's definitely in that conversation.
Yeah, it's a few people belong in that conversation, but
you know Rakim plays instruments.
Okay.
I didn't know that.
You know that? Yeah,
Not at all.
Yeah, he played the drums on Sweat the Technique.
Wow.
He played the drums on
That's I think that's the dopest
And
fusion.
Mahogany.
I think that's the dopest fusion of jazz and hip hop
things you
ever.
learned, man. What?
Yo, these guys are doing a lot of stuff because then I could come in and I could bring up the homie Marshall being a producer too. He gets no credit as a producer, and he got songs that undid millions of sales that he produced. Millions.
Yeah, he's just not identified like that, you know, but it's known that he does produce.
A lot of people when they talk about producer rappers, this conversation we having, you don't hear
He
him
should
in
be
them.
in that conversation.
You
won't hear him in that conversation.
You're not gonna hear
believe
him.
it.
Because the familiarity of what he produced is not there. Right. You don't really know what he produced. You know that he does produce. You've heard that he produces, but to pinpoint, oh, he did this jam and that jam.
Didn't he produce Renegade?
I think so.
With him and Jay-Z?
Yeah, I think he did.
That was dope.
Yeah, I think he produced that.
The track was dope.
He did Lose Yourself too.
Yeah. Wow. Yeah.
He got Academy.
He got a
Award.
catalog. He got a fucking catalog.
Bad
for
man,
sure.
no, bad man.
Yeah,
Bad man.
Eminem isn't in the conversation, but he does have production credits that are
And
crazy.
he's in the conversation now, like
Yeah,
you
he's
said.
in the
If you're not used to hearing props given on different levels of artistry and production to different celebrities or hip hop icons or whatever that you might not be aware of, you're gonna get a lot of tidbits tuning in because you know we have a lot of unknown information amongst us that we're willing to put out there and let y'all dissect and let y'all figure out for yourself. But we're about giving props, man. You know what I'm saying?
For sure.
And
that's what I like about this.
Yeah. And acknowledging the dopeness and acknowledging the dopeness in whatever artists that we choose to highlight on here, whatever album or whatever. You know, we just pushing the culture forward. That's what D-Yak and Crook all about.
Yeah, believe that. That's the mission statement.
Bam.
This album was brought to you by Mercedes of Long Beach, 2300 Spring Street in Signal Hill, California. Much love for the support. When you want to ride, fly, check out Mercedes-Benz of Long Beach.